I would say, ma'am, he's not gonna hold on, and it's not yours anymore. Repos are up and no one knows the reason why. Everybody is scratching their head. A lot of people are like, I have no idea why these repos are up. And I want to raise my hand here. Remember when I was telling everyone about these red flags about the economy going down and how individuals that had money during the pandemic, they took all that money and they went and bought BMWs and Hellcats.
Come on now, dog.
Not only did they buy the BMWs and the Hellcats, but they overpaid for them.
I'm not a smart man.
Remember when I was doing videos telling you about how people were bragging about how much money they were paying in payments? Yeah, remember that trend? That was a TikTok trend. I'm over here paying $3,000. No, I'm over here paying $4,000. That was a trend.
$3,200 in car payments? Oh my gosh!
And I said, this ain't right.
The people said, Orlando, come on, you're over-exaggerating. There is no problem here. Yes, we see car loans are going up to the highest they've ever been. Yes, we see the cost of a car is going up the highest it's ever been. Yes, we see people are spending more and more money on credit cards, but don't worry about that.
Oh boy, woo, thank goodness for that, huh? That's a relief.
My name is Orlando. Welcome to the channel, guys. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help with the channel. Also, too, I have a newsletter. Yes, a newsletter that will give you tremendous value, and it's free. How can you be free? You can. And then also, too, if you need any type of financing that deals with commercial or investment financing, I am your guy. I've been a lender for almost 20 years. I can assist you with that. But guys, let's jump straight into this. Listen, repos are up. People are wondering to themselves,
Orlando, this is so crazy. Why is this happening? This just seemed like it snuck up on us.
Now everyone is saying, we can't afford our car payments.
Dang it!
People are doing consultations with me saying, Orlando, I don't really care about real estate. What I really want to know is, how do I get my car payments down? I just bought this car. Yes, I paid $120,000 for it. It was a Jeep. I love Jeeps, but I can no longer make payments on this and my house at the same time. See, as I watch this video, this young lady knows she's cooked. She knows that I made a bad decision on buying a car.
Who y'all gonna give it to? They taking it to parts?
Yeah, they work with expensive cars like this. So sometimes there is something useful, so they just
Use it for parts. Okay.
As she put in the caption that she bought a car with her taxes and now she's giving it back. Well, you know, happy anniversary. See, this is one of the things that I've been really preaching on, guys. Listen, I know we're having fun here, but the truth is that a lot of this stuff can be avoided. You just have to have discipline, and you have to avoid getting on the debt train. A lot of you guys were in this position. A lot of money came into your pocket, to your savings account, and instead of saying, you know what am I going to do with this money? Let it be saving, let it be investing, let it whatever it is. Instead, you said, I know what I'm gonna do with this money. I'm gonna buy that $100,000 car that I could never afford, and I'm gonna buy that car today. Yes! Because I got a large sum of money that just came in. Oh! Yes! Now, did you hear what I just said earlier? You decided to buy a car that you knew you couldn't afford to begin with, and you can only afford because you have a large down payment. If you couldn't afford it then, what makes you think you can afford it now? Let me guess, social media. Social media told you, you can have it all. You can have it all. You can have the big house. You can have the luxury car. You can have the investment property. You can all do it off of a $50,000 to $70,000 salary.
Knowledge.
And a lot of you guys ate it up hook, line, and sinker. But I know what a lot of you guys are. I can hear someone in the back right now saying,
Orlando, I there is no repos. There is no skyrocketing of people defaulting on cars. I haven't seen any of this. Where are you getting this info from? Because in my neck of the woods, everybody's fine.
And I would say, okay, take a look at this.
Still, some Americans are feeling squeezed, defaulting on car loans at a record level. CBS's Andres Gutierrez in Los Angeles reports.
Record levels.
How much are you paying each month?
$930.
Troubling times on the American road. 2 years ago, Alejandra Graciola bought her EV for $60,000.
Is that pretty high for you? I mean, does it break your budget?
It is.
Graciola is on a loan. In 2024, more than 4% of auto loan holders.
Did you hear that? Record breaking.
At a record level.
Yeah, that's right. Everyone who told you you were missing out, everyone who told you you better go out there and buy those cars right now because they're going to be more expensive later. Huh? Remember that was the thing? Just like the same thing people did with houses, they did with cars. They said, if you don't buy over the MSRP, if you don't buy over that, you're just not going to have a car, man. That car that you wanted during the pandemic, if you don't buy it now, you're never going to get it. And then what did you do? You went and bought that car. You went and bought that Ram truck. And you paid $40,000 asking. You said, let me just park this in my garage. Everybody's going to love it. You talked to your neighbor. You were like,
did you see that car? I don't know if you saw, but I got a new truck.
And to your surprise, he said, I didn't even know you had a truck. So you did all of that for what? So it could sit in your garage and no one could see it? That's the whole point you bought it. Come on, we all know. You wanted everybody to see it. And your own neighbor did see it.
That's up from 1% in 2020.
Almost $1,000 for a car is just, it's a little crazy, but...
Driving up prices, a double whammy of rising vehicle costs and higher finance costs to buy them.
If we look at the average price people are paying for a new vehicle, it's north of $47,000. On used, it's $25,000.
6.6% of vehicle owners with subprime loans were at least 60 days past due on payments. Those loans coming with higher interest rates for buyers with limited income or credit scores. To make ends meet, more Americans are opting for longer repayment plans. In 2024, a record 66% of new cars were financed for 72 months or longer.
You just heard what the news guy said. The news guy said that people are doing 72 months or longer. And you guys got on me. Some people got on me when I said that it wasn't a good idea when Elon of Tesla was saying, you know what, we'll give you 7 to 8 years to pay back our loans on our Teslas. We're gonna make it longer, but cheaper for you because we can't compete with interest rates. So we're just gonna make it longer. Next thing you know, you'll be able to pass on your Tesla to the next generation, but the note will still be included. And people jumped up and said, Orlando, come on, man, come on. If you gotta do that, you gotta do that. But my question is why do you have to do that? Why do you have to stretch something out so far to make it affordable? Maybe that's not for you. Maybe I'm wrong, guys. Maybe I'm wrong. But isn't the whole purpose to get out of debt, not to get into debt? So if someone's pushing you to get into debt for longer and longer and longer, doesn't that go against what you're trying to do? I'm gonna show you a call here real quick from a guy on TikTok about how crazy this math is with certain people. And the truth is that you can't save everybody, guys. And look, I could yell at the top of my lungs until my dying day, and still people will do what they want to do. And that's okay. That's okay. I'm okay with that. No biggie to me. But I mean, if you're gonna be on social media and make content like this, I mean, we can watch it and learn from this and understand I don't want to do what that person did. And that's what we're gonna do.
Hey Melissa, how are you? This is Yusuf, the car dealer from social media.
Oh, hey, Yusuf. I'm glad you called. I know you go to the auctions, and I was going to book a call with you, but I didn't want to pay the $49 if I really couldn't get, what I needed to get.
Okay.
I had a 2018 Mercedes E400, and it got repoed back in November. And from your videos, I remember that you go to the auctions and buy repo cars, and I wanted to know if you could possibly assist me with getting it back.
Wow. Okay, so why did it get repossessed? I'm sure you fell behind, but I mean, any particular reason? Did you have a job issues? What happened?
Yeah, so I lost my job. So I fell behind on some payments for 7 months. And now I'm getting back to a good spot. I was living in Miami, which obviously like expensive. But I just moved back to Atlanta with my mom, so.
What just happened?
Look, I had to stop it there. Of course, this is Atlanta. Atlanta is not a real place. The evidence is always there for that. Like, it really is. So let me get this straight. She is trying to buy back her car from the person who repoed it, but it's obvious you can't afford it. And the way that your story is going, moving from Miami, high cost of living. But of course, if you live in Miami, of course you gotta have a BMW or a Mercedes or some luxury car to fake it till you make it. But that's another subject. She moves back from Miami to back at home to Atlanta. When you move from one location and the place you move to is back at home with your parents, why are you worried about buying back a BMW or a Mercedes or whatever this luxury car is?
If you're nothing without the car, then you shouldn't have it.
Because it's obvious you can't afford it. But let's continue.
I'm kind of getting more financially stable right now.
Okay. Wait a minute. So you said you fell back on some payments. 7 months is not some payments. Do you have a job right now?
I do not currently have a job right now. But,
so how do you have the money to pay for this car if I sell it back to you?
So I just recently got a check from the insurance company for an accident I was involved in about 3 months ago, I think it was. So I want to use that money to get my car back. And then, I can get a job and work on my payments and stuff. I'm applying, for jobs and stuff now.
I'm not laughing at you, but wait a minute. I'm not going to lie, this sounds a little bit absurd.
You see how he said, I'm not laughing at, yes he is. This is crazy.
Is this real life?
So you're telling me that you don't have a job and you're saying, I'm going to get one so I'll be able to afford it.
Come on, man!
And then you're saying that you got money from an insurance claim. And here's the thing. This is no different than what happened during the pandemic. You see, this is the mindset that I'm talking about. She has no job. She received money from an insurance claim, which is the same thing of saying, let's just exchange insurance and say pandemic money.
Awkward. So awkward.
All she cares about is getting back the car and have the look of being in that luxury car. She does not care about making payments. That's obvious because she missed 7 payments.
So I fell behind on some payments for 7 months.
She doesn't have a job. My guess is her credit is 500.
Let
me see your shit good. Let me see good.
And I did something wrong.
It's low. That's my point. Because this is obviously buy here, pay here behavior. See, buy here, pay here guys love to speak to people like this. Just bring in, $20,000, $30,000. We'll get you in the car. They know that they're going to get back that car. And they'll sell you a BMW 2021 at $80,000 with 120,000 miles on it. Yes, they will. Because you want the look. And then you're going to come up to social media and you're going to say, this person did me wrong and it's all on you. You signed the contract. You knew you shouldn't have gotten into that car. But yet you're now on this man's phone begging him, please sell me his car, sell me this. Didn't want to pay the man's $50 or whatever it was, consultation, whatever, because you didn't know if you were going to get what you wanted. Well, ma'am.
You got your car repossessed back in November. You want me to buy it back. You don't have a job. You're using the money that you got from an insurance payout to get the car back so you can get mobile and get a job, correct?
Yeah, my interest was like 22%. Also hoping if I get it back, I could possibly refinance it or something and get the interest to go down.
What's your credit? What's your credit score right now?
It was a 560, but since I'm working on, building up, it's like a 590 right now.
Just hang up. You be like, ma'am, quit playing on my line. There's no way that you're calling me knowing all of this information and you still believe you're going to get your car back.
Not a chance.
The point of the car getting repoed was because you weren't making any payments. You have no ability to make those payments. It's obvious you have no ability. So quit playing on this man's line. Like, it's ridiculous. And remember when I say all the time that when you go to these car dealerships, you guys always believe that these guys are on your side, that these car dealers are always looking for your best interest at heart. And I'm here to tell you that's not the case.
Wait, what?
You have to go in knowing what you want. You have to go in knowing what your limits are. You can't allow these guys to come in and tell you exactly what you're going to do. Let's just peek in under the hood and hear what some of these car dealers are seeing individuals do when it comes to negative equity. Now, what that means is you owe more than what the car is worth, and you're coming in to trade it in.
What is the most negative equity you've seen on a car?
25 grand.
What car was it?
Infiniti QX80.
It was $15,000, Tiff.
What car?
It was on a Jeep.
It was about $62,000. He didn't end up going through with the deal.
What car was it?
It was an almost brand new Ram truck, a big diesel one. I don't remember exactly what it was. He owed about $104 on it.
$17,000 on a Ram 1500.
Zero. I just started.
About 34 grand. Still got it done though.
What car was it?
Mach-E Mustang.
It was just under $14,000, and she still got approved.
25,000.
What car?
It was on a Chevy Silverado.
23,000.
17,000. I think it was a Dodge Ram.
15 grand. It was a 2024 Nissan Pathfinder.
And see, here's the thing about this whole thing is I think one of those dealers said that the deal didn't get done. But the reason why majority of these people are sharing this story is because the deal got done. That means that one of you guys went out there and said, you know what? I owe $35,000 underwater on this, and I'm just gonna trade it into a brand new car. So instead of that brand new car that's $60,000, it's gonna be $95,000. Instead of saying, I probably can't afford this, or I made a bad decision. How about I take care of this debt before I snowball it? Snowball it into something that's unaffordable. But I'm just Orlando, right? A guy on YouTube, what do I know? Of course. If you guys want to snowball your trade-ins and have a $300,000 Kia Sportage, I mean, that's on you. You're driving around a vehicle that is basically the price of a home. And I know what you're thinking. Orlando, no one's doing that. Orlando, no one is trading in and snowballing their cars. Well, let me just show you.
The customer that just left the dealership, stupid mad. Not mad at the dealership. Not mad at the salespeople. Actually, she loves it here. She's bought all her cars here. But she's mad at the lender. Why is she mad at the lender? Because she's financed 7 different vehicles through the same lender with zero money down every time she trades in. But it's come to a point where she has so much negative equity because she's traded in 7 times in the past 10 years where the bank won't allow her finance with zero down. So I went and spoke to her, tried to explain to her, it's pretty much like an avalanche effect. You can keep trading in with zero down, zero down, zero down. But that snowball becomes so big where it's going to knock you over and you're not going to be able to finance anymore. And I tried to explain it to her. She was like, let me talk to the bank. Let me talk to the bank. Let me call them. I was like, you can come into my office and we'll talk to the bank together and I'll let you hear it firsthand. We called the bank. They told her exactly what I told her, but she threw a fit. She just didn't want to believe it. So just to let you know, you can keep trading in your car with zero money down, but there comes a point in time where you can't do it with zero down.
You know, it's so weird because you would think that you wouldn't have to explain this. You wouldn't have to be like, if you owe $20,000 and the car isn't worth it, it's going to move over to the next trade-in. And then if you have negative equity on that one, which you will, you know how? Because you just put the last negative equity on the last trade-in. And you do that 7 times, which seems mind-blowing that anyone would do such a thing. Now you wonder why you see on the news, there's been a skyrocket of delinquencies. Repos are up. Everything is up. People can no longer afford car payments. You're wondering why you're going to see these type of headlines. It's because of this. This is real life stuff. And if you've been watching this channel, you know this isn't a surprise to you. But if this is your first time viewing this channel and understanding, I want to break it down to you so that you know exactly where we're going, because it's going to get worse before it gets better. Are there going to be more delinquencies? Of course. Of course. Are prices going to still go up? Of course. Is gas, Orlando, going to still go up? Of course. Are layoffs going to continue happening? Of course. It's going to get worse before it gets better. We're just now seeing things like prices come down on homes. They still have to come down more, but it's because it took time. Patience is key, guys, here. Patience is key. So hopefully you got value out of this content. And if you like content like this, please go ahead and subscribe to the Patreon, guys. Listen, guys, it will give you tons of valuable information, especially if you like this type of content. I drop exclusive videos over there, guys. And as always, you won't get all of your content from this one video. I need you to watch this video right here. Yes, this one right here. It will give you information on the housing market, financial news, and get you into your first rental property. And the information you get from that video, it will be gold. See you in the next one. Thanks.